All right, it's January 10th. It is Wednesday, and I took one setup today, and I took it a couple times. We'll get into that, but I'm just gonna count it as one trade, even though I entered in twice. But yeah, today was horrible. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm just gonna put it as that. It was terrible, but luck was on my side today. So we're continuing the win streak, and so yeah, I'm up. This is the recording. Just because I'm filming this a little later, my P&O doesn't show up. This was after my trade. I'm up $80. So let's get into this unfortunate mess. So yeah, we opened up here in the morning, right here, 7:30. We didn't really do anything overnight. We kind of just like stayed the same in the same level. We opened up here in the morning, broke the pre-market high, which we stayed above. We broke above like this red level, which is this week's high. But then the sellers came in, and we ended up selling off for a little bit. But we still continued to make a higher low. So we were holding. We opened above the moving averages as well on NQ. NQ bounced off the 20-day, and so did Q jumped off the 20-day, and Q kind of held the 20-day. I mean, we pushed below, but we came right back up. So I was kind of looking for a long, just because I thought today was pretty good for a long. I had more an upside bias, so that's why I was trying to look for a long. So once we kind of pushed below and we bounced off 20-day on Qs and NQ, we came back up and we pushed above VWAP on NQ once we broke below. So you see we broke below right here, came back, pushed above 20-day, came back above VWAP. So I thought my right here might be a good entry for a long. And this kind of breaks my rule because it's a little early into the market. There wasn't really a lot of confirmation. So there was kind of, and Monday and Tuesday were kind of big days in terms of like movement. So there's still kind of there doesn't need to be, but there's a possibility for kind of a choppy day. So I kind of broke one of those rules. There wasn't really a lot of confirmation, but I thought I did my research like the night before, and I looked back at like previous VWAP bounces just because they've shown up all the time, like this week and last week. I was pretty confident on VWAP bounces, so I was like, okay, if it bounces right here, I'm okay with a long. So why not get in right here, get an early entry? Why not? I mean, I have a little bit of profits to play around with, so I can risk something. So we pushed above VWAP here, and then we came back down to retest it, which you see this is NQ. I'll actually show this. I'm gonna show this on ES because I took it on ES. So ES, there's a VWAP bounce on ES as well. So we pushed below 15-minute range, came back up. So 15-minute range was like 20-day moving average on NQ. So we pushed back up, pushed above VWAP, came down to bounce, and when we pushed below VWAP, it was just like a wick. The candle closed above it, and we were kind of holding right here. So I bought in. Was it? Yeah, it was right here. So it's going to say I bought in 820, but it's going to be 819 on TradingView. So 819 is this candle. So I mean, we were holding there. So I mean, once I saw that we were holding there, I thought it looked good for a bounce. But it didn't bounce right away, so that didn't look good. But it's still like it went below my entry point a couple points, came up, and honestly I thought about closing, but I was like, no, I can't do that. No, you can't do that. So I let the trade ride. I was like, okay, if it's probably gonna hit my stop. I was okay with the loss, and it came down again, double bottomed, and then shot up. So I was like, wow, I didn't think the trade was actually gonna work out, but it double bottomed, held VWAP, on ES and Qs and NQ. And so I was seeing if it was gonna break above on SPY, because SPY's VWAP was a little higher, because you see right here we rejected and then pulled back, versus on ES it was just like a pullback to VWAP. So yeah, that went up 7 points, but at my profit target, like I was targeting the pivots on Qs, because let's see, because like this pivot right here on Qs, which we did reach like 11 o'clock, so like 4 hours into market open, but I took it right here. But once it came up, it pulled back. Once it like came up 7 points, it came up, pulled back down to VWAP. This is where it all happens. And this is probably, how long is this video already? 6 minutes. Holy shit! I don't want to take too long explaining this, but yeah, I stopped myself out to break even, and I got back in the trade just because I was down $3, and I was like, okay, I still want to risk, because I stopped myself out right here for break even on this candle 913, and then it came down and it was holding, so I bought in because I liked how it was looking, and I still wanted to put on risk on this trade. So I was only down $3. I was break even, so I was like, okay, I'll take the tiny loss. I don't care. I'm up $500. I'm up $400 the past week and a half. I don't care. So I put the risk on, bought in again. Blah 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 blah. Chopped. That's my whole life story is chop. So just chop some more, but eventually the chop just was a wedge, broke out of the wedge up here. Next problem, I can't hold my trades. So we broke out a wedge and I sold. I closed out my position. I sold into the pivot, which was my original target, profit target in my head when initially going into this trade, which was about like 10.5 points on my initial entry. But when I re-entered, it was like my entry was like 2 points higher. So I ended up closing at 8 points, which I usually like to get at least 9 points, because I'm risking 3 points, so I like to get at a minimum 9 points. And so yeah, this green bar, that's where I closed on ES, or it's not on this one, but I closed right here, and we pumped up 20 more points, and I missed all that. So I don't even know what to say. I mean, I'm recording this a lot later, so it's had time to digest, and I've had time to think about it. And I mean, today was just terrible. I mean, I just got lucky, but the trade setup, like, it was there, like, it was decent, it was whatever, but the way I managed it was terrible. And I mean, I guess we're gonna have one of those days. So I'm glad it's not a red day. I don't know. I don't deserve the green day. It was all luck today. So yeah, I don't want this video to get on any longer. So yeah, I'm not too, yeah. We'll see how tomorrow goes. We're supposed to have some news tomorrow on Friday, so we could be having 2 more bigger days. Even though this week already has been pretty big, we're 50% of the way to the profit target in the eval. We're already up like $200 this week, trading 2 MES contracts. Like, bro, we don't scalp out here, boy, ladies and gents. This is real trades. This is real trade shit. But enough flexing. I'm in this video. I'll see y'all tomorrow.